news is brought to you by the National Bank of the Virgin Islands, Cyril B. Romney Tortola Pier Park, NV Salon, Spa, Nail and Barbershop, Tisley Cross, Deliciously Smooth Cider, the Wellness Center Clinics, and Digicel, simply more speed, reliability and entertainment. The BVI Electricity Corporation closed out 2022, breaking ground for the commencement of works that will see Anegada powered by solar energy before the end of 2023. To get a full understanding of this, we spoke with head of the U.S.-based solar energy company contracted for this project, Power 52's Rob Wallace.
So this is basically the groundbreaking symbolizes the start of construction. It symbolizes equipment starting on site, mobilization, fences going up, beginning to build the system that we signed for a year ago. And so this is very monumental in that it's more of a signature to the world that we are beginning. And you saw that we had panels on site, roughly 4,000 solar panels are on site. We have the racking that will be getting installed in a few weeks, and we'll begin module placement, which will be done by the students of the Clean Energy Training Program. And so we're super excited about it, and we're glad that it's finally here.
Okay, so explain to us the involvement of the utilization of the expertise of the students.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. So one of the things the students covered in their 13-week class was general construction, operation, and maintenance of a solar farm. So they've learned how to put in the racking. They learned how to install the modules. They learned how to connect the modules so we can tie into the grid. And so now what we're going to do is take everything they learned in class and they've demonstrated through their testing and their certifications, and now they get to use it on a real-life project. And so the students from the class will be able to now build this project and maintain it. And the construction itself will be led by one of the students who is now an employee of Core Development, which is the EPC partner. So one of our students is the project manager. The rest of the students will be the ones building it, and it'll all be done by folks local here in the BVI.
The time frame for this project to be completed?
Yeah, 6 to 8 months typically is what this should take. If we were in the States, it'd probably be 3 months, but because of where we are, logistics, getting equipment here, availability of materials, it'll probably be about 6 to 8 months for it to be constructed. So we'll be done in probably October, November, somewhere in there.
When your project concludes, what it is that would have actually taken place?
Sure.
What will it be that Anegada would have?
So now Anegada will have 97.5% sustainable power, meaning 97.5% of all the load or the power that's here that's needed for Anegada will come from this solar farm. So even if a storm comes, you'll have power because it's generated here, it's stored through the batteries and used for the local utility and local folks here in the community. So it provides sustainability, it provides resiliency, and then also economic empowerment for the local folks in Anegada as well as the companies that are participating in this program and project.
When you would have completed your phase, all that would be left to be done by the BVI EC is for them to switch?
Yep, not even switch. So it'll be set up so it'll automatically switch between the batteries, the solar, and the current operating generators. So one of the most sophisticated portions of this is the communication systems between all the different units. You have the modules, which are producing and catching sunlight, turning that into power. You have the batteries, which store the power from the modules, and you have the generators that kick in as a backup to those two. So that 3.5% or 2.5% of the time, it'll come from the generators. The other 97.5% of the time will come from the solar and the batteries.
Okay, what is the uniqueness about doing that here on Anegada as compared to doing it on Virgin Water or Tortola?
I think the biggest thing about here in Anegada is one, the terrain. So it's already flat. You already have good exposure or southern exposure for the sunlight. And number two, you have the power station located right contiguous to the property. So there's no need to run long power lines between the solar farm and the power shop. It's all right there on the property. So that's number one. Number two, it's a beautiful place to work. So if you had to pick anywhere to build a solar farm, this is probably one of the best places to do it. And then the last part is that with a small investment, well, it is $5 million, but a small investment compared to overall investment, this island will be 97.5%, almost 100% powered by clean and renewable power. So there'll be no carbon footprint. There'll be no more emissions from the power plant. You'll see cleaner air, cleaner environment. And this environment itself is just so beautiful. It works perfectly with keeping the beauty of the island Anegada.
This is a $4.7 million project. The renewable energy facility will have the capacity to supply some 2.9 megawatts of energy that is designed to relieve the BVI Electricity Corporation of electricity subsidies for the island of Anegada, as stated by outgoing General Manager of BVI Electricity Corporation, Mr. Leroy Abraham.
This project will achieve a myriad of objectives. First and foremost, the reduction of the volume of fossil fuels required to produce electricity on the island, which will significantly reduce BVIEC having to subsidize operations. Of course, we're a business, so that'll be our first objective. The reduction of greenhouse gas emissions from the production of fossil fuel energy will aid in the environment on Anegada remaining pristine for generations to come. Position the BVI as a regional leader in the areas of energy transition and climate change mitigation, and it fosters the creation of a new renewable energy industry within the BVI, providing jobs to those who are uniquely qualified. It has already been stated the length of time BVIEC has been attempting to diversify energy production within the territory utilizing renewable energy. And believe it or not, I often tell my team, fact check me on this, it has been the same length of time since Tesla was founded, 2003. So that goes to show that things take time to nurture and develop. And similar to Tesla,
this was at the groundbreaking ceremony where we also heard from the minister under whose portfolio electricity falls, the Deputy Premier, and the Minister for Works and Utilities, Honorable Kai M. Reimer.
With the technical specification determined, BVIEC issued a request for proposal in October 2019 for the procurement and installation of a combined solar PV and battery energy storage system BESS on the island of Anegada for a combined capacity of 2.1 megawatts. During this phase of the process, and it's highlighted in our program, but I think it's necessary to reiterate that during this process, 135 companies, included some big players in the renewable energy industry, requested a copy of the RFP, that RFP document. 76 were provided with a copy of the RFP based on the screening process. Some 30 of those companies sent signed confirmation of the intent to participate in the mandatory site visit and the Q&A, which took place in December 2019. At the close of the RFP submission deadline in February 2020, 5 companies submitted bids. In July 2020, BVIEC announced that the Anegada Hybrid Renewable Energy and Battery Energy Storage System, I want to call it HARBESS, project was awarded to Power 52 Clean Energy Access LLC with a projected completion date of November 2021. But as I mentioned, of course, by July 2020, the COVID-19 pandemic had already disrupted global business, travel, shipping, and the general movement of people and goods. So it was not practical to be able to do any meaningful work.
Among others addressing the ceremony were Premier and Minister of Finance, Dr. the Honorable Natalia D. Whitley, and the District 9 Representative, Honorable Vincent O. Wheatley.
We know that where you choose to bank matters, and it is your vote on what your funds do in strengthening our community. As your official Bank of Paradise, we invest and support the lifeblood of our economy by helping in the realization of personal goals for homeownership, education, and entrepreneurial visions, which support small businesses. We make it our place to connect with persons and worthy causes, and we have been doing so for more than 30 years. Where your money goes and what your dollars empower are your choice. And we thank you for choosing us, a bank that gives where it matters the most, for you, for our community, and a happier tomorrow. The National Bank of the Virgin Islands.
Everyone looks to the future, but no one truly knows what the future holds. the number of people under the age of 20 with type 2 diabetes could increase by 49% by 2050.
Let it be known that we all have a 30% chance of developing hypertension.
Globally, more than 300 million people of all ages suffer from depression.
More than 60,000 young adults aged 20 to 39 are diagnosed with cancer each year.
Obesity leads to problems such as stroke, heart disease, and kidney failure.
No matter your race, age, or color, we are all at risk.
These diseases can be managed or prevented if caught early.
But with the right medicine and the right doctors to keep us on a path to live a robust and healthy life,
we will live well.
Plug into Digicel Plus and get even more entertainment with Disney Plus included. The best of Disney, Pixar, Marvel, Star Wars, and National Geographic all in one place. Whenever you want, plug into Plus to enjoy Disney Plus and much more with a home fiber bundle. Sign up today. Digicel Plus.